Okay, the struggle ends when gratitude begins. This is really great, you guys, because as we learned at conference, those of you that were there, we are, putting together our live happy and our positive psychology with our business and using that as our weapon in life and business to be better, just be better people, be better in business, be better in life. And really and truthfully, when you can begin your life, your day, your mornings, whatever, with gratitude, it does change the trajectory of your day. So I wanted to start today with something that I went through in my notes, and I think Karen is on today. In the National Marketing Directors had a summit right before the conference, and we had several hours with David Bird and Jenny Bird. And, it's always great to have that time to really kind of set the tone. It's one of the things that I am very grateful about, to be able to be with a bunch of people and kind of learn some things. And David Bird is really working a lot on mindset. So I'm going to share with you some of my notes that I think very quickly today about mindset, because I think coming into the end of the month and starting our new month and our new run is very important for all of us to have the right mindset, to be able to share that with our team and the people that want to run with us. So everything begins with mindset. And what David talked about was basically being a mindset developer, not only doing that for yourself, but doing that for the people that you're working with. And he talked about state of mind plus perception plus perspective equals your mindset. And so I found this diagram on, the internet, which I find everything. And there was a lot of state of beings on here. And it was great because you can start your day, if you can see there's relaxed and subdued, menacing, intimidating, colorful, multicolor, dizzy, off balance, sneaky, shifty, exhausted, arrogant, positive, active, frozen, daring, starving, silly, stubborn, graceful, confident, dehydrated, encouraging, unsteady, heroic, determined, hurried, timid, friendly, or hardworking. And, these are state of being, state of mind that we all kind of go through, and it kind of goes into our mind, and however we decide to start our state of mind is where we sort of end up in our mindset. So, David talked a lot about your state of being and where your thoughts are, and then taking those thoughts and really, really understanding that what you think about is what you bring about. So, this perception pyramid really kind of spoke to me, because what we think is the most important thing. And our thoughts are constantly going in our head over and over and over and over again, whether they're negative, whether they're positive, whether they're insecurities, whatever it is, they somehow or another seem to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And unless we take kind of control of our thoughts, those repeating thoughts that may not be the best for us continue to go. And I know that happens to me a lot, and I'm kind of now more aware of where my thoughts are going, and I kind of have to shift and talk to myself. I find myself in my head silently saying, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. It's even as simple as being on the tennis court and thinking, I'm going to win this match. I'm going to win this match. These people, or saying, I don't feel good today. I don't know if I'm going to win this match. I don't know if I can do this today. And being able to shift your thoughts into the perspective, of where you want your thoughts to go. And that equals your mindset. And so it's not easy to do. A lot of people are utilizing, and for years people have utilized meditation. That has not been something I was very acquainted with, although I'm trying to build that into my life. And sometimes when I find myself filling up my thoughts with feelings that are negative and not really good for me, and it seems to paralyze me in a way that I'm really not able to do the things that I'm really most passionate about, because I feel like, oh, if I call that person, they're going to say no. They're going to be negative. They're not going to want to hear what I have to say. They're not going to want to come over to my house. They know what I do. They've never asked, to get any product. I can't believe all the people that I know and they've never supported what I do. Those are the thoughts that go round and round and round and round and round in my mind. And that's the stuff that I fight every single day. I fight those thoughts of not feeling like people really, really are interested in what I do. So I have to put in front of me, everybody's looking for what I have. Everybody wants to have freedom in their life. Everybody wants to have the ability to travel the world. Everybody's looking for a little bit of extra money. Everybody wants to have the most beautiful skin and be the healthier that they can be. So your power of your thoughts, are huge. And I never really spent a lot of time on that in my whole life. I mean, I'm in my mid-50s, and this kind of education to really understand how to be a mindset developer and to change your mindset is critical. And the great news is, one of the best things I heard was that it is actually something that we can change. We can do that. I mean, we are not stuck in being in the head game that we're in. We can actually change it. So it starts with us, as everything else. Our mindset absolutely starts with us, what we're thinking about, how we're thinking about it, what we're saying, what we're doing, how we're perceived, and what our perspective is to be able to create the mindset that we want. And so you can see the power of being able to be part of a group of people that get this kind of education, where a David Bird can come in and he can spend a couple of hours with a group of people, and that can change the mindset of those people, who can then bring that to other people. And that's what this mastermind is about. So I thought it was important to kind of share with you, and we should continue to talk about this, because I think it one of the key things that got me very, very open to the fact of what my brain was talking to me was a couple months ago, when I was actually on a coaching call, and David Bird said, I see, Annie, that you're doing the things that you want to do, but your business isn't moving forward personally. He said, because the way you're talking to me is you're talking to me in remorse. You're talking to me about what should have happened and how it could have been different and how you wish that this didn't happen. And so you feel very remorseful about the fact that you aren't where you want to be in your business, or maybe things didn't happen the way you want. Instead of your talk and your brain needs to be more about, where you're going, how you're going to get there, all the good things that you're doing, and how that's going to be changing the game for you. And so regret, remorse, your subconscious is super, super strong, and it affects your success because it limits you on really what you want to do. So if you're living in remorse, or you're living with, hey, I've been in Nerium for 5 years and I never achieved what I wanted to achieve, and I'm not where I want to be. And, that stuff, I go through that stuff all the time, and I have to literally change my mindset every single day and talk to myself differently. And some days it's really hard. It's really hard to overcome some of that distraction that my mind is doing. And your thoughts of the past can really take up like 90% of your brain, or the future. So you can decide. You can think about the past and what you haven't done and how you haven't achieved what you want, or maybe you have achieved what you want, but maybe you want to achieve a little bit more. So you can either take that and you can, really look towards the future of how you want to change the game. And the idea is that fear and doubt will always be the kind of thing that's going to try to take over your brain. That's what's comfortable. That's what we're kind of programmed that way. It's pretty sad that that's the case, but in most people, fear and doubt seem to creep in their daily life. The things that we haven't achieved, instead of really focusing on the things that we really have achieved. And a lot of us, I know, don't focus in on the things we have achieved, and what we've achieved is pretty darn good. So my feeling on this group is that as we get better as mindset developers, we're going to be able to help other people in our group with discouragement and with that sort of dissatisfaction of what we haven't done, to really forward think about the things that we have done and what we are going to be doing and how we're going to be doing them. So it's all about new thoughts, you know, that you want to build into your life. New thoughts, new choices, new actions, new behaviors, new experiences, new feelings, new state of being. When mindset changes, you change. And so I want us to really think about that. And if you have, you know, certain things that you're working on to not, you know, stay in that mindset that creeps in and talks to you. And maybe I'm the only one that this happens to, I don't know. But I thought, you know, it was a good thing to share today, since we're going into the last few days of the month. And we want so badly for not only ourselves, but for our team to be able to, you know, experience success and to have those successes. And part of that is, you know, starting with where they're at. So if somebody doesn't have a customer, you know, and you're doing inventory on your team, how about helping somebody get one customer? I mean, that's a huge success, and it's great success. And then how about acknowledging them and, you know, giving them, you know, some recognition on your page, and really having people acknowledge their success. And then if somebody's close to getting 3 or 3 qualified by the end of the month, that would be something that would be amazing to help people do. You know, if you're not 3 or 3 qualified, then maybe that would be something for you to do to create a success for yourself. And so I really feel like our mindset as masterminds is something we should continually talk about. And I wanted to kind of open up the call today to see if anyone felt like I did, and if they had any ideas or, you know, ways that they're working on their mindset. And so I just want to open it up to you guys.
Hi, Annie.
Good
It's
morning.
Susan.
Hi.
Hi. Who's going first?
You go.
Okay. Well, this is my life. So I laughed when you said, am I the only one that feels this way? So no, you're not. You and I both do. And this is a constant opportunity that I have every single moment of the day, not just every day, because naturally my brain wants to go rogue and go negative, right? And it's just that fear, like you said. So I love this. What I do is the way I try and sort of manage it is every morning, you know, obviously I'm doing my personal development every morning, whether it's listening to an audio or reading. It's more audio for me. But then the most important thing that I do is I go on YouTube and I search for affirmations. And it could be based on where I'm at that day. It might be success affirmations. It may just be any affirmations. But and I'll sit there for at least 10, 15 minutes listening to these affirmations where they say it and then you repeat it. And I may be walking my dogs, right? But you're saying it out loud. This is part of my life. If I don't do my out loud affirmations every day, and again, like not just things I've come up with, because I know a lot of people have come up with their own affirmations, but I just go on YouTube, I keep it simple, and I'm just repeating for 10, 15 minutes affirmations to get my mind under control, and in a way to brainwash myself. So I'm with you, Annie, right there, and this is something that, I think all of us struggle with. And even this morning, I had to shift my conversation in my head from, oh my God, panic because it's the end of the month, to, oh my God, I can't wait to see who I'm going to sign up today. I'm getting a new brand partner today. So that's what I got.
That's great. Yeah, exactly. And that's a great tip. We have a wonderful thing in our life. We have YouTube, and they have amazing positive stuff there. And, I agree with you, Susan, so much on that, because I go on the internet every single morning looking for affirmations and gratitude and different ways of changing my mindset. So I really appreciate that input. Does anybody else have anything to share? Hi, Stephanie.
Hey. Is there another Stephanie?
No, I think you're the only one.
Okay, sorry, my dogs are barking in the background. And I started something before conference. It's an app, and it's called Affirmation Reminder. And so I put in there the ones, you know, there's a few that they have that are suggestive, and I put in there the one that Anna Camp, you know, has mentioned, that I attract successful, quality, you know, self-motivated leaders who can build their business with or without me. And so I have that set so that not only it pops up on my phone, but if you have the Apple Watch or something where it's going to show like messages, it'll show up there too. And so I have that throughout the day. So like every hour and a half, 2 hours, I've got that reminder popping up, or, you know, I'm building this beautiful home for my family, you know, just whatever it is that I try to have different ones throughout the day, just reminders of what it is I'm doing, what it is I'm working for.
That's a great idea too.
You know, because you can have them written down, you can have them, but if you don't look at it, but this forces me to look at it, because, you know, you think, oh, it's a text, but it's not, it's an affirmation. So I say that in my head, and if I can, I say it out loud.
And what that really is it's just practicing your mindset, practicing your positivity, practicing to keeping that stuff out of your head. And I think that's a great idea. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that. Does anybody else have anything to share?
Well, good morning, Annie. This is Susie, and it's very interesting how this very universal law and thought permeates, you know, from children to everything you do in life. There were three quick
Annie,
stories.
Dana.
Yesterday, I was with one of my grandchildren. Oh, hello.
Hold on one second, Dana. Susie's talking, and then you can talk, okay?
Oh, I can hear. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not loud enough. But yesterday I was with one of my grandchildren, and he said, I can't something or other. And I said, oh, no. You can do anything. I mean, we need to start teaching this to the youngsters, you know, our children. And then I was talking with another friend yesterday who, you know, has had a rocky marriage. And she said yesterday, I'm just going to choose to be happy. And I went, wow. And I think that's just, we can get up in the morning and we can choose to have a positive attitude. We can choose to be happy. I knew I was coming home from conference and I was going to sign up this one gal as a brand partner. And I just held that in my mind, and it happened. And tomorrow I'm going to sign up a brand partner. I'm holding it in my mind, and it's going to happen. We haven't even had a conversation or sat down and had a coffee, but we have had a conversation on the phone, and I can tell how excited she is. So I just, you know, from children to seniors and everything in between, this is the most valuable thing for personal relationships, for professional, to have this positive, grateful attitude. And wow, it just takes you places that other people can't go when they don't have it.
Well, thanks, Susie. Those are great examples. And you're right. Jack Canfield said, you know, in his seminar, he talks about, you know, the I can't word, which is really the I won't word. So that's a really good reminder. And you're absolutely right. It starts with our children to be in that talking phrase. All right. So Dana, you're next. And then after that, Ann Ward is going to share something. So Dana, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. So I've been reading a book by Joel Osteen, I Am, and a lot of it talks about your mindset and positive affirmations, really, and leading them with I Am. So what I've found when I have had interruptions with negative thoughts, I go to my affirmations in the I Am format. I've actually done this when I've not been able to fall asleep. I'll just go through I am confident, I am successful, I am whatever it might be. And that's been really helpful.
Oh, that's great. Well, these are great tools, you guys, that what you're sharing here today is what we need to be sharing with people. Because sometimes, you know, I was hearing from people saying, you know, I'm just so grateful to be with Miriam because of the community of people that share the same ideals and the same kind of practices that I love. And being around positive people is really important to me in my life. It doesn't always have to be about the money or, you know, just the fact that we're all coming together and we have these ideas to help each other grow as people is awesome. So that's a great idea, Dana. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Ann Ward, you're next. You there, Ann? Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway, I wanted to just mention, we talk about affirmations a lot. And I did this program with a guy named Noah St. John when I was in another company. And he talked about affirmations. And, when we talk affirmations, yes, we need to do them repeatedly so that it gets into our mind. But he asked the question, he said, have you ever heard of an affirmation? O-R-M. And what an affirmation is, it forms your affirmation. So what you're doing is, if you say, I am a senior director, why are you a senior director? You're professing it, but I'm a senior director because I do my 2-a-days. I remind myself what it takes to get me to the next level or to do the things that I want to do. So you're forming your affirmation before you even speak it. So it develops your affirmation because you're actually telling yourself why you are that person, or why you are that thing, or why you want that thing that you're going after. And that's been real helpful for me because I look at it and I think I can say all day long, I am, I'm a 5-star intergalactic, a national, but why am I that? How am I going to get there? And so I'm forming the affirmation before I even say the affirmation. So it's been a real big mindset for me for a couple of years. And I go back to what he always tells us. He gave us this thing, it's called Pillow Talk. And you can literally get it at Radio Shack. I know a lot of them are closed, but it's this little round speaker and you speak into it and then you stick it under your pillow when you go to bed and you listen to it while you're sleeping. And you can do all your affirmations in there and form those affirmations and make yourself be there in the moment of when you're saying it, because you know exactly what you're going to do to get there and how you're going to make yourself that affirmation.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic. Here we have a lot of people on this mastermind who have tools. So this must be something that we're all constantly working on. And that gives me great hope. And I feel grateful that you guys are sharing, because it makes me feel better that there's a lot of stuff out there that can help us to grow our minds and help us stay positive. So here's the thing. Today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday's the last day of the month. We really truly need to be having little get-togethers, last-minute stuff to get our teams where they need to be and what they need to do to get there. And so I'm suggesting to everybody to really inventory their team, look at where you're at, see where you'd like to go, do your affirmation, your positivity, and together, I think we're going to be able to really make some amazing things happen by the end of the month and start our new month with our new products and be on our 90-day run. So with that, you guys, I so appreciate each and every one of you.
Hey, Annie.
Yes?
It's Maria. I just wanted to say one thing. What Susie was saying before about instilling it in our children, I just wanted to say I started every night when I do our bedtime. We do our gratitudes right before we go to sleep. And we also do affirmations, and he asks to do them now. So it's been really amazing, and I do think anybody who has young kids, if you could implement that in some part of your routine and day. I see a lot of people posting that they're doing that with their children, and we've been doing it for months now, and I really think it's good to start it at such a young age. So I just wanted to add that in.
Well, and I would agree with you, and I know for a fact that a lot of the studies that my daughter is doing in positive psychology and even in the government, they're trying to find ways to instill it in the educational system because of where they're seeing the positivity and the coping skills with children, and really turning bullies not into bullies anymore, to really understanding why they do what they do and helping them to be better people. So it is a very, very, very powerful thing to start instilling this in our children. And I appreciate that, because that's the future of our life and our country. So awesomeness, you guys. All right. So everybody have a great day, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Go out and make it a great day, and enjoy. And thank you so much for joining in today.
Thank you, Annie, so much.
Thanks, Annie.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Annie.